Imagine this, it's the 1920s, and the world is in the midst of rapid change. Technology is evolving, cities are growing, and the entertainment industry is finding its footing. Amidst this whirlwind, a young man named Walt Disney is sitting in a tiny room with barely a dollar to his name. He has just lost everything, his business, his creations, and even his confidence. But instead of giving up, he picks up a pencil and starts sketching. He draws a little mouse, a character so simple yet full of charm and personality. That mouse, Mickey, would go on to symbolize hope and resilience for millions of people worldwide. This isn't just a story about cartoons or theme parks, it's a story about perseverance, creativity, and the unshakable belief that dreams can come true. Stay with me, because by the end of this journey, you'll see how Walt Disney built an empire from the ground up and why his legacy continues to inspire generations. Walt Disney was born on December 5, 1901, in Chicago, Illinois. His father, Elias Disney, was a man of many trades, carpenter, farmer, and businessman, but none of his ventures ever brought lasting success. Elias's struggles meant the family frequently moved, chasing opportunities that never quite worked out. When Walt was just a young boy, the Disney family relocated to a small farm in Marceline, Missouri. It was here, surrounded by the simplicity of rural life, that Walt first discovered his love for drawing. He would spend hours sketching animals and landscapes, often using whatever materials he could find. Even as a child, Walt had a spark of creativity that set him apart. But life on the farm wasn't easy. The family faced financial difficulties, and Elias's health began to decline. Eventually, the Disneys were forced to sell the farm and move to Kansas City. This move marked the beginning of a challenging period for Walt. In Kansas City, Walt and his older brother Roy took up paper routes to help support the family. Every morning, before the sun rose, the two boys would deliver newspapers in the freezing cold. It was grueling work, but it instilled in Walt a strong work ethic and a determination to rise above his circumstances. Yet, even in these difficult times, Walt found moments of joy in his art. He began experimenting with different styles and techniques, drawing inspiration from comic strips and magazines. His teachers noticed his talent and encouraged him to pursue art more seriously. By the time he was a teenager, Walt knew he wanted to make a career out of his passion. But how does a young boy from a struggling family turn a dream into reality? The answer lay in Walt's relentless drive and his ability to see possibilities where others saw limitations. Fast forward a few years, and Walt is in Kansas City working for an advertising company. It was here that he discovered the magic of animation. The idea of bringing drawings to life fascinated him, and he knew this was the path he wanted to follow. Encouraged by this newfound passion, Walt started his own animation studio called Overcame Films. Together with a small team of animators, he began creating short films based on fairy tales. These films gained moderate success, but financial troubles soon caught up with the studio. By 1923, Overcame was bankrupt, and Walt was left with nothing. It was a devastating blow, but instead of giving up, Walt decided to start fresh. He packed his bags and moved to Los Angeles, a city buzzing with opportunities in the entertainment industry. In Los Angeles, Walt teamed up with his brother Roy to start a new animation studio. They created a character named Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, which became a modest hit. For a brief moment, it seemed like things were finally turning around. But just as success was within reach, Walt faced another setback. The rights to Oswald were taken away by a distributor, leaving Walt without his most valuable asset. Can you imagine how crushing that must have been? Most people would have thrown in the towel, but not Walt. On a train ride back to Los Angeles, he began sketching a new character, a cheerful little mouse with big round ears. He named the mouse Mickey. When Mickey Mouse debuted in Steamboat Willie in 1928, it was a game-changer. The film was the first to feature synchronized sound, a groundbreaking innovation at the time. Audiences were captivated by Mickey's personality and charm, and the character quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Mickey wasn't just a cartoon, he was a beacon of hope during the Great Depression. For Walt, Mickey symbolized resilience and the power of starting over. If this story of determination resonates with you, don't forget to like this video. Your support helps us continue bringing you inspiring stories like this one. With Mickey Mouse becoming an international sensation, Walt had the confidence to dream even bigger. His next project was unlike anything the world had ever seen, a full-length animated feature film. At the time, the idea of a 90-minute cartoon was unheard of. Critics called it Disney's folly, convinced it would fail. The financial risks were enormous, and even Walt's closest advisors urged him to abandon the project. But Walt believed in his vision. He poured everything into the film, his money, his energy, and his heart. He worked tirelessly with his team of animators, pushing them to experiment with new techniques like realistic character movements and multiplane camera effects. When Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs premiered in 1937, it exceeded all expectations. Audiences were mesmerized by the storytelling, the characters, and the groundbreaking animation. The film earned $8 million during the Great Depression, making it a massive financial and critical success. Snow White wasn't just a movie, it was a statement. It proved that animation could be just as powerful as live-action cinema, and it solidified Disney's reputation as a creative powerhouse. The 1940s brought new challenges for Disney. World War II disrupted the global film market, and several of the company's projects struggled to turn a profit. Films like Fantasia and Pinocchio were ahead of their time but failed to resonate with audiences initially. Faced with financial difficulties, Disney adapted. The company began producing training and propaganda films for the U.S. government. These projects weren't glamorous, but they provided the revenue needed to keep the studio afloat. This period taught Walt an important lesson: success isn't always about glory. Sometimes, it's about doing what needs to be done to survive and move forward. Walt Disney's imagination knew no bounds. In the early 1950s, he began dreaming of a new kind of entertainment experience, a theme park where families could immerse themselves in the magic of Disney. Critics were skeptical. Building a theme park was a massive financial risk, and many doubted whether the idea would work. But Walt was undeterred. He believed in creating a place where people could escape the worries of everyday life and step into a world of imagination. In 1955, Disneyland opened its gates in Anaheim, California. The opening day was far from perfect, temperatures soared, water fountains broke, and overcrowding led to long lines. Yet, despite these hiccups, Disneyland quickly became a cultural phenomenon. Families from all over the world flocked to the park, captivated by its charm and innovation. Disneyland wasn't just a theme park, it was a dream come to life. If you've enjoyed learning about Walt Disney's incredible journey so far, make sure to subscribe to our channel. By subscribing, you'll gain access to more inspiring stories and become part of a community that believes in the power of dreams. Plus, you'll never miss out on our latest videos. By the mid-20th century, Disney had cemented itself as a household name. However, Walt Disney was never one to rest on his laurels. He saw every success not as a conclusion but as a stepping stone to something even greater. In the 1950s, television was emerging as a dominant form of entertainment. Walt saw this as an opportunity, not a threat. While many in the film industry viewed TV as competition, Walt saw it as a way to bring Disney directly into people's homes. He launched the Mickey Mouse Club, a variety show for children that featured songs, skits, and, of course, Mickey Mouse. The show was an instant hit, captivating young audiences across America. Parents loved it too, as it introduced family-friendly programming at a time when television was still finding its identity. But Walt didn't stop there. He also created the Disneyland television series, which not only entertained viewers but cleverly marketed his upcoming theme park. Through TV, Walt was able to build a deep emotional connection with his audience, ensuring they didn't just watch Disney, they lived it. At the same time, Disney continued producing animated classics that pushed the boundaries of storytelling and technology. Films like Cinderella, 1950, and Peter Pan, 1953, brought timeless fairy tales to life, while Sleeping Beauty, 1959, dazzled audiences with its breathtaking visuals. Each film was more than just entertainment, it was a labor of love. Walt's team of animators, known as the 9 Old Men, worked tirelessly to refine their craft. They experimented with new techniques, from multiplane cameras to groundbreaking sound design, ensuring that every film felt like a leap forward. As Disneyland thrived, Walt began envisioning something even grander. In the early 1960s, he purchased large plots of land in Florida under various shell companies to keep the project a secret. His goal? To create Walt Disney World, a destination that combined the charm of Disneyland with futuristic innovations. But this project wasn't just about building another theme park. Walt dreamed of creating a utopian city called Epcot, experimental prototype community of tomorrow, where technology and community would thrive together. Though Walt passed away before seeing this vision come to life, his plans laid the groundwork for the Disney World we know today. When Walt Disney passed away in 1966, the world mourned the loss of a creative genius. But his vision and values continued to guide the company he built. Under the leadership of his brother Roy, Disney opened Walt Disney World in 1971. The park was an instant success, attracting millions of visitors from around the globe. Over the decades, Disney grew beyond what even Walt could have imagined. The company ventured into live-action films, television networks, and merchandise, ensuring that the Disney brand was everywhere. But perhaps the most transformative changes came through acquisitions. In 2006, Disney acquired Pixar Animation Studios, ushering in a new era of storytelling with films like Toy Story, Finding Nemo, and Up. This partnership wasn't just a business deal, it was a reunion of sorts, as Pixar's founders had once worked at Disney. In 2009, Disney purchased Marvel Entertainment, bringing iconic superheroes like Spider-Man and Iron Man into the fold. Then, in 2012, Disney acquired Lucasfilm, giving it control of the Star Wars franchise. Each of these acquisitions expanded Disney's reach, making it a global entertainment juggernaut. As technology evolved, Disney adapted. The launch of Disney Plus in 2019 marked a significant shift, allowing the company to connect with audiences directly through streaming. With millions of subscribers worldwide, Disney Plus proved that the magic of Disney could thrive in the digital age. What makes Disney's legacy so enduring is its ability to connect with people on a deeply emotional level. Whether it's through a nostalgic Mickey Mouse cartoon or a thrilling Marvel blockbuster, Disney creates experiences that resonate across generations. But at its core, Disney is about storytelling. It's about the belief that good will triumph over evil, that dreams are worth chasing, and that magic exists in the everyday moments of life. That's why Disney isn't just a company, it's a feeling, a memory, and a promise. If you've been inspired by this incredible journey, make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with your friends. By doing so, you're helping us continue to bring these stories of resilience and creativity to the world. And who knows? Your story might be the next one we tell. Walt Disney's story is a testament to the power of imagination, determination, and belief. From a small-town boy sketching on scraps of paper to a global icon who changed the world, Walt's journey is proof that anything is possible if you dare to dream. But this story isn't just about Walt, it's about you. Think about your own dreams, the ones you've kept tucked away because they seemed too big or too impossible. Walt's life reminds us that failure isn't the end, it's just a step on the path to success. So, what's your dream? Maybe it's starting a business, writing a book, or traveling the world. Whatever it is, take the first step today. Because as Walt himself said, all our dreams can come true, if we have the courage to pursue them. Before you go, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and share it with someone who needs a little inspiration today. Together, we can keep the magic alive and remind the world that dreams are worth chasing.
It's caught in the crossfire.